champion. Lin Dan of China in a battle of the left-handers against the Malaysian number 15 seed Chong Wei Feng. There, the reigning and four-time world champion. In many people's opinion, the greatest badminton player to ever have graced the game. Lin Dan, 29 years of age, from Fudong in Fujian province on the east coast of China. But Lin Dan's wife is from this province, from Vong. Not that he doesn't have fans all over China anyway. Lin Dan, an absolute megastar here in his home country. He's a megastar in the world of badminton. Wherever he plays, everybody wants to watch him. And of course, Lin Dan came into these Wong Ji World Championships on a wild card entry because his world ranking not high enough to qualify. Now this is the bottom half of the draw, and you can see that it's for a right to play against another China-Malaysia encounter. Of course, Chen Long, the number 2 seed, current all-England champion, the Olympic bronze medalist, will play against Dan Liu later on. But let's look first of all at the 26-year-old from Malaysia, 15 in the world ranking, and his win-loss record for the year. Well, he was semi-finalist at the Asian Championships, 4 quarter-finals as well. His first 2 matches so far won in 2 straight games. First of all against Raji Usif of England, and then Zavadsky of Ukraine in the second round. Lin Dan, well, that's misleading, his 3-0 for his win-loss record for the year, because he's only played 1 tournament and he withdrew in the quarter-final. Of course, he didn't actually lose to Wang Zhenming. He gave him a walkover, but it looks from that as if he has won a tournament. He hasn't. 100 in the world ranking, and like his opponent, his 2 first matches won in 2 straight games. First of all against Onai Rat of the United States of America, and then yesterday, if you were with us, you would have seen him play against Eric Pan from the Netherlands. Very impressive in his first 2 matches. Well, the only time they played before was in 2012 at the last 16 stage of the All England Championships. And we're at the last 16 stage here at the World Championships. It was 2 straight games, as you could see. And in fact, Chong Wei Feng, in that second round of the All England, he battled his way through the qualifying and then the first round to play against Lin Dan. So the 2 coaching benches.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Wei Feng Chong, Malaysia. And on my left, Lin Dan, China. Wei Feng Chong to serve, love all, play.
From the United States, the umpire calling the match to get underway. I'm delighted to say that I've been joined by former Danish head coach Steve Pedersen. And Steve, you and I watched Lin Dan yesterday, and we were talking about the fact that really his opponent didn't test him enough. We didn't really get a clear sight of just how fit he is and how match fit he is.
No, we only got glimpses where he increased the pace in the game, but otherwise it was played at a fairly low pace, the game against Eric Pang, so it will be interesting to see today what Chong Wei Feng can do. Won his first 2 matches quite convincingly, especially the victory over Raji Usif, who's been actually doing quite well, and perhaps I wouldn't expect Usif to win, but he didn't get a whole lot of points.
Feng this year. He's had a newfound confidence, and I think they're all feeding off each other, the Malaysians, because Lin Dan, of course, won the French Super Series last year. This man, earlier this year, climbed to all-time high for him in the world rankings of number 12. Spent a total of 6 weeks at number 12 in the world rankings, 2 different spells.
It's interesting or noticeable that the Malaysians, the 2 players just below Lee Chong Wei, they're actually starting to progress.
Yeah.
Because you can see that the league, Malaysia, they've been riding it out. It's only Lee Chong Wei, and right now, perhaps for winning tournaments, perhaps he's correct, but it's not like he can't play at all.
To emphasise your points, he's a very, very skilled player. He really is. In that rally, outmanoeuvred and fought with the world and Olympic champion. But it was very interesting to me, Steen, that after Lin Dan's victory at the French Super Series last year, he credited his improvement to sparring more with Lee Chong Wei. And it seemed incredible to me that up to that point they hadn't been sparring with the world number 1 on a regular basis.
No. I think he often played 2 against 1 or even 3 against 1.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe that you're a really, really good player if you all the time play together with another player against only one player. So the picture you get of yourself is that you're not really good.
Very interesting point. And it just emphasises that you're really just a feeder to help the number 1.
Yeah.
And this has been a wonderful start by Chong Wei Feng.
6-2.
You can see this is a completely different pace the matches started out in compared to yesterday, where Lin Dan played Eric Pang from the Netherlands. Perhaps he needs to adapt to that. Definitely needs to adapt to that. Perhaps it takes a few rallies to increase his overall speed.
On the right.
On a number of occasions, one of the spots in the coaching tier has been filled with Chang Pu. Very experienced coach, perhaps the best coach in the world ever. All the Indonesian men's singles players we talked about yesterday in the beginning of the 1990s, then came back to China. Chong Wei, when they had established themselves in the top of men's singles, he took over the men's doubles, and look where he's brought them. He's not traveling anymore. It's been a couple of years since he was traveling.
Nice backhand. Frustration there. Great man. Well, there's no doubt that coinciding with the Olympiad, the 4-year cycle between each Olympic Games, we do tend to have a change of generation of players, and we saw Chong Wei, the world #1, having to battle very, very hard yesterday against the young Indonesian Dionysius Hayam Orembaka. It was a fabulous match. I'm not sure we're quite ready for a changing of the guard, but
I think you're right, Jill, because I think a lot of the players that have participated in one, perhaps 2 Olympic Games and are not anymore at the top of their game. We'll see them less and less in the bigger tournaments. They'll be thinking about retiring now. At least the coaches will be thinking about, do we have any young players that can create some good results for us regarding Rio 2016?
Service over, 10-7. Over 8-10. Interval.
And he has the advantage at the mid-game interval. Well, it was almost a stunned silence from the crowd here in the Tianhe Gymnasium in Wenzhou. Just ticking 10 minutes right now. And this wasn't in the script, was it?
No, it was what we actually was waiting to see how much is there in
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1,
I think
20 seconds.
Chong Wei Feng is playing brilliantly and playing very, very clever tactics. Mostly play Lin Dan in his backhand corner at baseline and forehand at the net. And then you have to challenge him. You cannot be too afraid of him. This was the backhand at the net, and when you play the backhand, it's quite important that you don't play too sharp to the net, so you give Lin Dan an excellent chance of returning very sharp with the shot again. And judge the distance himself.
Over 9, 12.
But of course, if you do that, then it's more difficult to put the tumble and spin on if you're playing it just away from the net a bit.
10, 12.
If you're the first one tries to sort of get it really, really close to the net. If you don't succeed, then you're on point.
Yeah. I thought he was going to play a cross-court net shot. Great disguise.
Play.
His upper hand forehand side, it's almost impossible to see because his shot is executing very deceptive. Looks like that has gone out of gear now. Faster.
Capability of just upping the intensity, going up a gear. That's what happens. 4 straight points and back on level terms. Just to elaborate on that, Steen said he was in problem because he gave too much time to Lin Dan's deep forehand.
And if you don't put pressure on Lin Dan all the time, he's going to take control of the rally, and you're just going to see all 4 corners, and he's going to stand in the middle or where you're putting the shuttle, because he's able to anticipate so well when he's controlling where you will return it. So only play the forehand, long forehand corner when you can put pressure on him. That's okay. Still okay.
Six straight points. 6 or 7 points since the mid-game interval. Oh, good judgment.
I'm beginning to think that it was more or less by chance that Chong Wei Feng played the right tactics from the beginning of the match, because he's definitely not being very disciplined about it. If he has a deliberate plan.
Tallest of athletes, Chong Wei Feng, 1m70, that's just under 5'7", and he is a player that I've always felt has relied heavily on his athletic ability. Chases the shuttle well, he's highly skilled as well. But he's obviously feeling under pressure now that he's got to hit the lines, and in trying to hit the lines, he's making errors. There's a rock on the left, Rashid's there on the right. Thought it was going to go wide. Run comes to an end, he's got 7 straight points. Got a very different complexion on this opening game.
A bit unsatisfied with himself. I guess he believes there's a drift. Sort of carries the shuttle out on that side. these two corners. And then only defer from that when you're absolutely sure that you can make a quality shot.
Just wide. It was an opportunity. What was that about?
He was not allowed to influence the linesman.
So the umpire told off Lin Dan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Service over 15-60.
If I'm right, we're going to see Lin Dan kick it up a gear now, taking this game 21-18 or something like that.
Yeah, lets it drift long.
16.
Malaysian in back level. Well, I can see somebody with a handheld camera right behind the court. He switched off his camera light now, thank goodness. Chong Wei Feng was concentrating with that, I'm not quite sure.
Defense by the Malaysian here.
Service over 17-16.
Both players wanting the court mopped of the perspiration. Attendance hold on, it gives the players the opportunity to towel down.
All poker players, coaches.
Mm.
No sign of emotions.
Okay, thank you.
Probably a bit nervous inside all of them.
Play.
Lovely touch at the net from Chong Wei Feng.
Service over 18-17.
That was a little bit of luck
Service
for
over
Malaysia, but you have to ride your own luck.
18-all.
One of the things I noticed yesterday was that Lin Dan was actually the player who looked to adapt to the conditions in the hole, drift and so on. Best of all.
2 short into the Lin Dan forehand corner.
has got that position. You cannot choose either of the sides because you're unable to see where it comes.
Yeah.
That one in the corner. Now can go straight,
Service
go
over,
across
19-18.
And the error for Chong Wei Feng means that Lin Dan, the former world champion, has gained point, 2 of them. Dan obviously doesn't agree with the call. We won't see that again. Here we go. Oh no, that was plumb on the line. What a great call by the line judge. Now, 1 game point has been saved. Says he wants the court mopped and the umpire says no play on. Chew from America, the umpire. The 2 game points have come and gone.
20 all.
Well-placed smash by Chong Wei Feng there.
20 more, and of course we require extra points until there's a clear 2-point winning margin.
Over 21-20.
Game point number 3. Lin Dan. Opening game to the defending champion. 25 minutes needed to secure game number 1. Well, Chong Wei Feng, who's playing in his first ever World Championships, has a good account of himself in game number 1. And he'll maintain that sort of level and push Lin Dan all the way.
没关系，这边还是大胆，你要结合他的后场球，结合他后场球。给你，你一贴平了，他会反打你，我注意，就是一个前半场，哎，简单一点，结合有状态好，最后回去。
left.
Got a new shirt for Chong Wei Feng. It's very hot, humid conditions here in Guangzhou.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
Please welcome the technical officials and athletes to the court of play.
We won everything there is to win in the game. Lin Dan, I think. This is 7th World Championships, and from his previous 6, he's won 5 medals, 4 of them
Second
gold.
game. Level. Play.
Whether he can retain his title, having only played 1 tournament since the London Olympic Games, remains to be seen. But we're getting more answers to our questions now that we posed yesterday, aren't we, Steve?
Yes, I think we do, and I think it's fair to say that Lin Dan has to play better than this to win the title. I think Chong Wei Feng has actually done quite well. The only thing he lacks a little bit is the attacking quality. He has problems scoring on Lin Dan, and that means that sometimes, even though Lin Dan is in trouble, he gets out of them. If I were the Malaysian coaches, I would have asked Chong Wei Feng to continue to be even more disciplined about playing long backhand, short forehand, and when he's going for an attack, that should be the one towards the backhand of Lin Dan, and once in a while to his body, because then he's pretty safe. Lin Dan got an excellent touch in his forehand. Great shot there.
2-all.
And well, he won the first game. That was okay. And he also, and then he lost 2 narrow points. He had a shot on the net court that went on his side, and he let one fall on the line. And, I think that's incorrect.
That's a shocking call. We're looking straight down that line. Dear, dear me. And why on earth isn't the umpire overruling that?
Chong Wei Feng asked if it has to be that far out. It was out over the double line.
Yeah, Philip Chi from the United States of America. Yeah, that was definitely out, no question.
Then again, we would expect Lin Dan to get better and better throughout the tournament.
Yeah.
Match play.
4-2.
We've seen Chong Wei Feng make a couple of mistakes on the baseline, and let's see Lin Dan do that. He was on that side.
Lin Dan very much
5-2.
standing his ground in that last rally, and I guess that he's got it in his mind that Chong Wei Feng can't play from the back of the court because this is a liability that will go long, and if he does, he's got to give him plenty of time. So he can move his base there forward and really look for the net shots.
6-2.
It's delightful, isn't it? Inside out, sending the wrong way. Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Instead of playing clear that he's uncomfortable about, he needs to attack.
7-2.
Not attack to win it, but attack to avoid things like this. And when Lin Dan then returns to the front court, then he can play the back court again. And it's much easier controlling the drift from the front court than from the back court.
Service over. 3-7.
Yeah. 7 straight points. amazing. Oh, seemed to sit there for an age. Look at this. Will I, won't I? Yeah, I'll go over. Perfect length and clear there from Lin Dan.
9-3.
And I guess, Steen, this is where opponents of Lin Dan have to be awfully careful that they don't now sort of give up because of the reputation of your opponent. You've got this, you know, you're 6 points adrift, and there's huge temptation to sort of think, oh, well, here we go. Lin Dan's back to his best. I'm not going to win this. And you can't afford to do that.
No, and I think before the Olympics, he will get a lot of these for free. I'm not convinced that he will get this one for free. I think he will keep on fighting, try some other stuff. Hopefully, try and change his tactics a little bit. Problem is that he has to be so disciplined. Probably if two players play without coaches, I think they go over the practice hall afterwards and just play. Dan would win. So he's the better player.
Yeah.
But if the Malaysian could employ really disciplined tactics, he would have a chance. This match, try and look at the legs and the feet of Chong Wei Feng whenever Lin Dan has the shuttle in position in his forehand side above the net. Can't move for somebody can't anticipate the shots. And then it's executed.
5-10.
Advantage. Back in the game interval. And there was a little skip when he won that rally from Lin Dan. There we go. Yep. He's feeling very confident.
Seems like he's talking an awful lot compared to how in control Lin Dan is.
Yeah.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20
There's
seconds.
only one Chinese coach now because the other coach, Charles Rangeur, I believe, is watching Du Pengyu on the adjoining court.
Play.
Number 3 seed, of course. That's the problem. Controlling the depth of shot from that far side of the court. Malaysian hitting another one just long off the back line. indication of the confidence now of Lin Dan. Very nonchalant backhand in the middle of that rally.
Linesman.
Just pointing out to the judge that she hasn't done the mopping properly.
Play.
Line judges have a busy time, don't they? There's working all day, calling lines, plus they have to mop up the perspiration as well.
Yeah, I think I discussed it yesterday with Richard Kaufman that perhaps it would be a good idea to have a designated mopper on each side of the court that was ready after every rally.
Yeah.
If the services was needed.
14-5.
The margins between success and failure absolutely tiny, as demonstrated by this. And it's really all one-way traffic now. Little respite.
Service over 6-14. Service over 15-7.
Simply can't afford that, can you?
Service over 16-8.
Belief has been seeped from Chong Wei Feng.
17-8.
The way he's played this second game probably just was a matter of 2 or 3 games. I think he would have lost no matter what, even the first game, because he's not really doing a good job playing with the wind here.
10-point advantage now for
18-8.
Lin Dan. Just 3 points away from the quarter-final. Moppers on again because of the dive.
19-8.
Look at Lin Dan diving now. Look how precise this smash has to be. Actually, if it's in, then Lin Dan has it.
Yeah.
So this is not an unforced error. This is a forced error. It's forced by Lin Dan because he's so good in defense.
Yeah.
And I was in my mind going through the rest of the draw, and Lin Dan's way to the final, and he's got a tough match coming up if Chen Long is winning the encounter between himself and Darren Liu. I think the only ones that can spell trouble for him in his part of the draw is Chen Long and Jano Jorgensen, because they're the only ones having the attack required to really spell trouble for Lin Dan. Bonsak, we will see him and the same goes for Tim Ingram.
And to back up your points, I watched Winsak Ponsana in the final of the Singapore Super Series when he was and he lost out on fitness. He certainly wasn't in the best condition that I've seen him.
19.
Yeah, I feel we discussed it earlier, this transition state between the old icons of badminton and the young ones, and Winsak being seeded 4th in this World Championship is actually a bit of a statement that men's singles really at a high level at the moment. Seems no one is able to touch Chong Wei, Chen Long, on the floor
Service over. 20. Match point. 10.
You can certainly add Lin Dan to that when he plays, because he's on the verge of victory here and the verge of a quarter-final place at the World Championships, despite not having completed a tournament since the London Olympic Games. Through to the quarter-final. He's disposed of the number 15 seed, Chong Wei Feng. Well, he needs 3 game points in the opening game to secure it 22-20. But after that opening game, quite frankly, he looked to be cruising. Well, each round, understandably, is a harder and harder test for him. And he's come through this test against the left-handed Malaysian in convincing style. Once again, to confirm the score, 22-20, 21-10. And the 5 times World Championship medalist, the defending World Champion, Lin Dan, waves to the crowds. He's most definitely still a force to be reckoned with. So 22-20, 21-10 in 44 minutes of play, and he will contest the quarter-final. Defending world champion in the men's singles to defending world champions and Olympic champions in the men's doubles. Chai Yu and Fu Haifeng up against the Malaysian pair, number 11 seeds Hoon Tien Hao and Tan Wee Kiong. Well, the defending champions, the number 8 seeds this time, going for a 4th consecutive gold medal at